Amigos.
Okay, and we're gonna try this out. We do have sound working, so you might hear a little backlash in my mic. Trying to figure out how to put the game volume in my headset, but I can just wear an ear off, so that will probably work.
So we do see Shen, Nami, and Nasa's bands coming out. I'm interested in the Nami band. That's a lot of faith that a team has in the support that they're banning out of support. There we go. And the Jax and the Fizz band.
Yeah, I think you're still getting a lot of feedback there. See what I can do. It's worse. Oh, jeez. Okay. Hmm. Alright, that should be better. Um, I'm probably gonna be rather quiet on the stream, but I think you should be able to hear me fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Automatically out of the box, we got a Aatrox, a Ezreal, and an Orianna.
We do see Jarvan picked up again. Jarvan has been played in every single game that we have seen today.
Jarvan is
Oh wow,
really
the Blitz auto pickup.
We've seen Jarvan's ability to just, get in there, throw his ult down, and really force either flashes or force, some kind of escape mechanism.
I was really excited when Sivir was hover over instead of Corki because Sivir, her rework is God mode.
Yeah, Sivir's really, taken to the skies a little bit.
They really did good job. They buffed her a lot. It was a really good rework.
Alright, we're gonna, try and get in the game here. Alright, this time we have Epic Amigos versus Team McS Gnarly. Blue team is McS Gnarly.
It's interesting to see here. We've seen a lot of these Corki Sona lanes, and we've seen a lot of J4. I like the Caston pickup. Caston is very strong. I believe the current percentage is 90% ban rate. Normal ranked play on League of Legends. He's very strong. His silence got buffed early level 1, so he is actually doing a longer duration of silence at earlier levels. He's quite a menace in lane. His early game is actually decent now compared to when it used to be not as strong.
Yeah, we got that scary Caston. I mean, you almost always see Caston banned these days.
And same with Aatrox. Aatrox is normally at least a ban that I'm quite used to. And there's a good reason. Aatrox is very strong. He's a hyper carry, undoubtedly so. He is very, and especially in the top lane where he's able to pick up a lot of farm against the top lane Malphite. All right, so the 3-minute countdown timer is happening, so everybody is loading up and getting ready to play. We just take a look across team comps right now. Ezreal Blitzcrank is always a really interesting lane. So once again, we're seeing a sustain lane versus an aggressive lane. Blitzcrank, of course, is looking to make plays, and I think Sona is really just looking to poke and keep Corki healthy. But you do see here that with both Malphite and the top lane, as well as Xin Zhao in the jungle, they have a fantastic ball delivery system. So Orianna, as long as she shields the right character, hopefully Malphite, when he uses Unstoppable Force, that's going to actually have a very solid epic combo.
I'm a personal big fan of Orianna because you use that Orianna and the Malphite together, and that is, you got that knock up and then immediately a pull back and slow.
Exactly, and really their team comp for Team Epic Amigos looks just a little bit stronger than Team McSnarly, solely just because they have really organized CC and they have a solid combo that they're always going to want to land. With J4 and Sona, at least what we saw in the last game, it didn't work out for them when J4 used his ultimate, and then Sona was ulting people outside of his Cataclysm. Like, they weren't able to exactly chain the CC. Sona J4 is much harder to land that CC than it is with like an Orianna and a Malphite, because Malphite just uses Unstoppable Force, and then Ori just she wants. It's just much harder to get that CC chain. So they do have the Naga from Aatrox, so they do have rather similar CC. I think it's just easier to land for Team Epic Amigos.
Most certainly. I mean, you've got another game where team comps are just, they are, the ultimate thing here.
And each team both have their respected playmakers. Caston, he is one of the best champions at just deleting somebody off the map mid-game. Mid-late game, Caston will wreck someone.
He can knock a combo.
Honestly, yeah, and they have a Blitzcrank to kind of counter what's going on here. And if you get a Blitzcrank pull that will just mess up a team's, a team fight, then hopefully Blitzcrank will be able to, get to a point where he is making plays.
We've got 4 seconds on the clock. Hopefully, I reconfigured all the sound options so they work this time.
This is always good. We are always hoping for good sound.
Always good sound, because it's just so disconcerting not to be able to hear things. I found a nice.
How long is the tournament going today?
Until we're done. Really. We got.
Are we going all the way through to the finals today?
No, we are just going through the best of 3 for Experience Baby, Best Team, and Epic Amigos and Team McS. So this is more like the quarterfinals here.
Okay, cool. So we do see Aatrox in the top lane. He is running teleport. That means he's really looking to make aggressive plays in the early and the mid game, because TP into a knockup is pretty scary once Aatrox has ultimate. J4 is actually running exhaust as well as his smite. So once again, they're looking to make plays across the map. Casson also TP. So we're looking at that Fnatic double teleport combo right now.
All right, so resulting in a quick test, I believe everything is ready to go. So hopefully I will be back for this game. But like you said, the double teleport it can be scary, because you're fighting a 3v3 or like a 5v3. You think you're gonna dominate, and unknowns to you, there's a ward in the next bush, and a Caston and an Aatrox come running out of it.
Exactly. And another thing is, like, have the mobility of double teleport, but Caston is also one of the most mobile mid lanes. Like, his roam is scary. So once you hit 6, I'm expecting a lot of things to happen for Team McSnarly.
Both these teams have played very well in the earlier. You can't hear anything right now. Well, I don't put in-game music on, so you'll hear abilities, but you won't hear.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I can turn the sound on.
I'm a little bit surprised here. Blitzcrank is running Doran Shield Health Pot. He has no wards.
Enable this.
Let me just organize my champions here, guys. I'm sorry. I know you guys don't even see my screen, but I just need to get everything kind of set up. Okay, so pretty standard starts. Machetes, health potions for both junglers. We do see Team McS have a 5-man stack and that top side tri-brush. That's scary for Malphite. They are doing this roam, and Malphite is alone at red buff. This could spell bad news for Eat Food Now, as he is roaming around red buff, just checking those bushes. Here comes Caston, leading off. Malphite is in a bad place. Malphite might go down here. Malphite does not see that thing, but here comes all of Team McS. A nice flash over the golem wall is going to keep Malphite safe, but that is a flash down and only ignite. Expect to see a gank early from J4 in the top lane. So it looks like it's going to be a standard red buff trade. Both teams have sent their junglers and other players to red buff. Alright, so Zenzo does pick up red buff. Sona does spot him out. She does use a ward. It was her Explorer, I believe. Both junglers walk away with red buff, leaving the camp, so those will have to be reset. Caston playing aggressive already on this Orianna. You're going to see that cue ball flying out with that silence all game. Up top, Malphite is destroying Aatrox. Does he have no MR? Alright, so we see in this bot lane the Blitzcrank with awards. I don't understand it. I'm confused. Lane with Doran's shield. He isn't able to land any hooks yet, but Ezreal with a huge farm advantage. Already 10 minions in the lead. The knock-up and the pull do land. Ezreal Essence Flux and gets a nice Mystic shot, taking Corki down to below 200 health. Right now, this Blitzcrank Ezreal is really running the lane. They have minions pushing onto tower. It is 15 farm to 5. Aatrox is able to regen a little bit of health, as we see it's just more trading up in the top lane. Aatrox farming a little bit better than Malphite, but it is now tied. A nice pull, forcing the flash from Sona. The knockup lands, but J4 is flying in. The exhaust goes down on Blitzcrank. Red buff is ticking on him. Ezreal ignites and gets a Mystic shot first on Sona. Ezreal forced to flash. Ignite is ticking on him. The knockup goes up. Barrier goes down. Ezreal is picked up for a death. Blitzcrank getting a pull under somebody on tower. He pulls and knocks up J4 and gets away. The flash from Corki up the kill on Blitzcrank. That is a 2-for-1 in the bot lane with nice tower aggro trading from Team McS. Yo, am I ahead of the stream?
I think I've got it all sorted out now. So many different things.
As we see, the mid lane just a farm fest. Both mid laners starting flask as well as health potions.
Great.
Every other lane is really just equal in what's going on, except for that early bot lane gank that went really successfully. 2 kills for the AD carry. Corki is already coming back with the ingredients for a phage at 5 minutes in.
Really loud. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. Good raid calls.
As we see, both top laners level 5, nearing level 6 in the bot lane. Ezreal still keeping that enormous farm lead on Corki. But, of course, Corki kill ahead of Ezreal.
Right.
Orianna is now out aggressing Caston a little bit.
I believe I'm back. You can hear me, right? Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
We're all set then.
And a pause coming out. Am I ahead of the stream?
If you're spectating, then yeah, you'll be ahead of the stream. Like, I'm technically ahead of the stream too. Yeah, there was a huge ping spike that went out. It looks like it might have settled down.
I wish I had chat on. I can't even see what they're saying.
They're just talking about the ping.
Oh, I just turned it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's been rough all day, but you know, we're chugging through, so still can't hear the game sounds in my headset, but you know, I'll get it fixed tonight for tomorrow's finals. All right.
Alrighty.
Back in game we go.
Good, because I was going to say, there's nothing much that we can talk about during the pause. Not a lot has happened other than that early game.
Nothing much happened early. We got that Aatrox engage. Although, it was not beneficial for him. Malphite just hitting him down.
You know, Malphite, when he's landing his full combos, is completely out-damaging Aatrox. Aatrox doesn't have that much MR, and Malphite's kind of doing work on him. But as you see, dude, this Blitzcrank is just playing so aggressive in the bot lane.
Which
still
he can
no
afford
wards.
to do.
He gets the knockup on Sona, but here's J4 missing the knockup. The TP comes down behind. There's Caston. There's 4-man in the bot lane. Blitzcrank missed the pull.
The TP
But
comes
he
in,
makes
but
Caston back up. That TP is now down.
TP, that was not worth burning TP because Oriana's going to get some farm now. And, you know, he didn't do anything bottom.
I think that TP was really based around they thought that J4 landed that knockup.
Yeah.
And
if he had
he
landed that
just
knockup, it would have worked. But unfortunately for him, he did not land it.
Yeah, Oriana, you know, Captain was doing a solid job farming. She really didn't pick up that much when he was gone. Farm really looking equal across the board except for that 80 carry difference. As you see, Aatrox dives behind Malphite trying to trade with them. Both have ults.
It just doesn't
and
work.
Bloodwell is up. Yeah, Bloodwell is up, but Malphite knows that he's winning these fights.
Yeah, I mean,
drops
look
the
at that.
Q.
He's
Aatrox is
gonna-
slowed. Passive might go down.
Yep, there's that passive
There's
down.
passive.
I mean,
Malphite now in a very large lead.
I'm not sure if Aatrox is trying to burn Malphite's mana or what he's trying to do, because he seems to know that he's not winning these fights, but he does it anyway. Here we go. Oh, that's Sona out of place, getting the kill.
Blitzcrank doing a great job of, you know, everybody thinks that Blitzcrank has to land a pull and then knock up. Crank used his speed buff. He went into that fight, knocked Sona up, and then pulled the Corki. There was just a lot going on in that bot lane. I just don't think that they were ready for it.
Blitzcrank's gonna
Ezreal uses the ult to push the wave, yeah, so that they can both recall. Okay.
Which is
you know, I was really surprised. Go ahead.
Oh no, by all means. I had nothing to say.
I was just gonna say I'm kind of surprised because Malphite was forced to burn that flash at the level 1. J4 did not go up top. Granted that J4 gank early in the bot lane set Corki up for a nice lead, at least in kills, but I'm really surprised that nobody took advantage of Malphite having no flash. Like, even though Aatrox was being out-damaged, like, with the J4 gank, they should have had a free kill on Malphite.
Most certainly. Malphite not doing too terribly in farm. I mean, Aatrox has got 35, he's got 37. I am personally surprised.
I am too. Xin Zhao does show up in the bot lane. Aatrox is backing up. No wards there. Both top laners have yet to recall. They're just duking it out. Neither of them want to lose out on experience or farm, so right now they're both staying to the limits that they have. Malphite does have Flash Ignite available. And Xin Zhao's camping in that Trot Brush. This might be a death for Aatrox here. He jumps away. Xin Zhao does not go in.
Blitzcrank landing that pull, going in immediately. The Ezreal ult just goes right off. He flashes, but the barrier goes up to bait out that flash. Very well played by Corki.
Barrier does save the day.
Aatrox
So we
getting
do see a
harassed
trade
down.
in summoners there.
Malphite, though, not a lot of health. Blitzcrank running behind tower to try and pull that Corki out. Blitzcrank does land the pull with the knockup, but Ezreal's not in a
boy, this
position
is
to
not good.
secure that kill. He was taking tower damage. Top lane, we got 3
He
on this
was.
Xin
When they were
Zhao.
going
Xin
in on
Zhao
that
is
Sona.
not going to fare well here. There's a
Uh-oh.
flash by the... And he does get the kill. That flash was worth it for the Kassadin.
So Kassadin does end up picking up that kill, and then Aatrox picks up the red buff. This is going to help Aatrox trade with Malphite in the top lane really effectively.
Hopefully bottom
You
lane
did see in that top lane, Ezreal could have... Yeah.
That Blitzcrank just taking tower. Oh, it needs one more hit.
They knew that they would have died if they had stayed for the turret, and a turret is not worth 2 deaths in the bot lane this early.
No, gold is pretty much tied. Kassadin jumping on that Orianna.
That was a really good rotation that Aatrox made when they picked up that Xin Zhao. And they just had that one pink ward on that top of red buff. That was just a very well done play that they made.
Most certainly. You see, Ezreal has no
Ezreal
mana here,
loses
but
his mana.
neither does Sona or really Corki for that matter. Blitzcrank getting out there. That silence.
That ult, so much
And is he
damage.
going to get the second kill? Oh, no.
J4 is going to pick up
J4
the
jumping in.
kill.
Blitzcrank going to flash over the wall. Oh my god, but
Uh-oh,
Kassadin's
TP.
teleport is back
Ezreal
up,
has no mana.
and they are both going to get jumped on. That is 4-man bot. Aatrox also burned his teleport.
Aatrox burned his teleport and didn't pick up any assist. I think that was a little bit overkill.
Yeah.
I mean, they really wanted all of that damage secured, but
However,
I don't
now-
think that was worth it for Aatrox because now he's pushing in his tower.
But now bottom lane can shove this tower hard because they only have 1 hit left on their tower, but Xin Zhao is down there to help Aatrox tanking that tower. It allows Corki...
He is taking the tower. His Bloodwell passive is up.
Yeah, it allows Corki and Sona to go back and come join the fight. J4 taking that tower down to almost a quarter health.
Aatrox ulted for that. Right.
That last
So
fight,
here's Kassadin trying to keep Malphite off the tower.
he's doing a good job. Oh no, these are 2 very well-matched teams. Alright, I mean, we got some just casual trades. Orianna coming back to lane slowly. We're still seeing a little bit of, latency issues, but luckily we're down to 2%.
If you do take a look at the items spread across the board, both mid laners have picked up their early sustain items. You have the Catalyst on Kassadin going for the Rod of the Ages, and oh my gosh, the Chalice going down on Orianna. In the bot lane, Ezreal has Phage and Sheen, which is equally matched by Corki's. This bot lane is evenly matched by a lot.
I do like the Blitzcrank though.
Ezreal does have a full farm advantage though.
This Blitzcrank really knows how to play. He's got well spent mechanics. Ezreal, a great lane partner for the 2 of them. Corki Sona just
I think what's really
hurting.
is coming. Yeah, I think what it's coming down to is just the fact that they have the Sona support against the Blitzcrank. That's what's really hurting the lane.
Yeah. Blitzcrank taking all of Sona's
Blitzcrank
wards.
might get a pull here.
He might. They should just take that tower. There we go. Blitzcrank kind of trying to go around and flank him. J4 coming down though. You gotta be careful of that. They are gonna disengage. However, Kassadin is slowly roaming through the jungle here. Top lane, we see Kung Pao over at Golems. Sona and Corki. J4 coming in
3v2 in the bot lane.
initiate. But that Sona just gets chunked so hard by Ezreal's his Q.
And that's really the risk with running Sona. They want her for her crescendos, but right now she is really being a little bit for the wear in lane. She doesn't.
J4 jumping in, Kassadin. There's the ult.
Orianna with a nice ult.
That was a very nice ult, and then her flash
that
allowed her to get
shockwave.
away.
That shockwave was amazing. The reaction time for Orianna was fantastic. That Cataclysm came down. She was able to shockwave to stop that Kassadin from doing work on her, and a beautiful flash out of the Cataclysm kept her alive.
It was. They blew more than they got for that trade. However, bottom river looks like there could be something going down. Blitzcrank and Win now invading. Still top lane Malphite, 0 mana, but keeping the Aatrox at low health. That's the beautiful thing about Aatrox. All he has to do, he's gonna get this tower, and then he's gonna dash out, and there's nothing Malphite can do. Ooh, that Ezreal ult nearly hitting him.
That was a pretty close Ezreal ult that probably would have popped Bloodwell, but it's not gonna be enough. Aatrox does pick up that tower over Malphite. And it's just gonna heal up with the help of Tiamat and his... I forgot the name of the move, let's see here. His Bloodthirst, healing every third attack. Aatrox is already back past half health.
Aatrox
That's
has
one of the
great
issues
sustain.
with Aatrox.
He has great sustain.
Exactly.
You can be in lane and they
Yes.
can poke you down, but under tower, if you just auto attack your own or your enemy, there's that crescendo to get the Ezreal. Corki and Sona engaging, but unfortunately Sona just gets seriously taken out of the fight by this Ezreal. Corki doing a good job to poke him down, getting that Valkyrie, and he is gonna get the kill, but Blitzcrank should get the kill.
Blitzcrank
There's that
wants it.
flash, but he's
The
got
flash
a
and
pull.
slow Kassadin is roaming. Oh, the power fist to the face!
Kassadin
Kola Commander wants to
ulting.
leave, but I
Here we
don't think
go, but
Kassadin's
this is
gonna
not
let
gonna
him.
work. J4, he knows he's doomed. Maybe he's gonna try and nope. His flash is down.
As we see, Aatrox is ulted for this top tower. He wants second tier. Malphite's just trying to punch him as he does get away. Aatrox ult down. Malphite might try to make an engage here. Bloodwell is up though, as well as it's fully stacked.
Actually, if we look at that, Blitzcrank's flash was up, but he did not use it as he knew that he was probably going to die anyway because he was being chased by a Kassadin. So he decided, you know what, I'm just going to take the death and not burn my flash here.
And you know what I really am liking about this Blitzcrank? He did not leave his Philo Stone in his inventory. He is getting his money from getting kills and getting assists. He has a first item Shurelya at 16 minutes. He's ready to make plays, and he's been doing that all game.
And he's 1-3-4. He's got a great number of assists. He's done his job as support, and he's given the kills to Ezreal, but he's also, he's earned them. He has made great plays and given that Ezreal the tools he needs.
And what's interesting is, if Blitzcrank keeps playing like he does in the bot lane, team fights are going to be hectic for Team McSnarl.
Oh, so much. McSnarly, yeah. I mean, this Blitzcrank
McSnarly. That's
really
right, there's a Y.
gets in the middle of there. He knows what he's
Valkyrie
doing.
force
There's
really
the
goes down.
pull.
The pole lands on Corki.
Unfortunately, the
And
barrier
silence
is just
barrier
not
does
going to
come
be
out.
enough.
Ezreal should have enough damage.
He's not going to give chase. He pings to let the Blitzcrank know that there is a thing there, but Blitzcrank, unfortunately, is not going to make it out alive again. He's trying to run away. He could, no, but there's the Kassadin ult that's going to chase him down. Once again, he does not flash. Another smart move. Ezreal, though, might... Oh, we got Orianna
This is
coming
pretty
in.
risky for Ezreal. No
got-
mana.
No mana. No, oh, he evades the crescendo.
flash crescendo.
Oh, so close.
Sona.
He's getting that ult. He does get the kill.
Ezreal picks it up.
And Ezreal might get a second kill on the Sona. He
Maybe a
does.
double kill on Sona.
Orianna behind.
The shockwave comes up.
Is
Oh,
the
Ezreal,
ignite,
you
is
gotta
the ignite
follow
going to be
up,
enough?
bro.
No, but the Malphite ult is going to kill him.
Unstoppable forces.
We've got J4 giving good chase. Unfortunately, the exhaust does go down. Still giving chase, though. We got the wheel. Unfortunately, he does have to turn back. J4's flag nearly missing. They do have vision, though. Ezreal does have to be careful as they're all gonna back off and go to their separate corners here.
That was quite a turn of events.
That was a very interesting team fight. Very well done, very well executed by both sides. Unfortunately, obviously, blue team not as good as they could have done, but purple team played very well. Ezreal, though, risky business, but it did pay off for him.
Not going in favor.
The Blitzcrank grab over the wall. He's going to get that Sona. This Sona is just being ripped apart by this Ezreal. Every time she comes back to lane, he gets a kill on her.
Is this Mad Life? Commander Mad Life? What's going on?
She is 165.
There is no god.
There
Where's
is no
Blitzcrank?
god for this Blitzcrank. He does what he pleases.
Oh my lord, this is pretty crazy. And one of the best things that Blitzcrank has done is he's making these plays, but he's making sure that Ezreal is picking up the kills. Ezreal is H3-2 at nearly 20 minutes.
That is
That's
ridiculous.
scary. With the Trinity Force and Bloodthirster completed at 20 minutes, it's not looking good.
No, this Ezreal is set
Snarly
to be the AD carry that everyone always wants to be. He's fed and he
Right.
knows his stuff. Malphite though handling the Aatrox top, but Aatrox does have that tower on him.
Alright guys, and if we just take a look across the map, Aatrox is in the lead with farm. Malphite does have a kill. Sunfire Cape is completed on a Malphite, but the Ravenous Hydra completed on Aatrox. Both pretty core items for both characters. Really, we're just waiting to see another big team fight come out.
You know, Blitzcrank has done a great job with ward coverage. Just something that do need to mention there. He has the entire game.
And
He's
it's
always
surprising because he started with 0 wards.
right. Oh, he gets the pull out on the J4. He's gonna run in and silence everybody. The Caston knows he has to get out. The Sona again is gonna get trapped. J4 desperately trying to ult, but you know there's nothing much he can do here. He's gonna take his life. Malphite chasing down the Cassidon.
See, that that fight could have been so much worse for Team McSnarly. Malphite went in with unstoppable force, and actually the ball pulled off of him, and Orianna ulted on top of herself in the back. If she had landed that ultimate, that would have been done for Team McSnarly. But luckily, Katha and Corky both got to get out, and it was only Sona. Oh no, Caston did die.
Caston
they
did
still
die.
picked up 3. But still, the fight could have been worse.
Aatrox though doing what he needs to be doing. He got that second tier turret top lane with his split pushing.
And that is really what Aatrox is going to be needing to do for the team, because as of right now, they will not win team fight.
No. Orianna's she's got great synergy with Malphite. Malphite, that knockup just really disrupts a team fight. And then Ezreal, I mean, he's 8-3-4. He is doing what he needs to be doing. We're 9-13 kills with not that much of a gold difference. That Orianna ult very well placed. Aatrox looking like he could be hurting, but Bloodwell is up.
You know, it was a good shockwave just to keep him off the tower, and they do save tower. Granted, it only does have 430 health left, but it was enough to keep them off. As you see, Ezreal backdooring at this point, picking up that top tier. It is now 3 turrets to 2 in favor of purple side, and they are in a 3k gold lead.
Blitzcrank loving just hiding in the jungle here. They're looking for something to do.
Blitzcrank is going beast mode.
He's
granted, I'm surprised he picked up Swifties over Mobies, but he is doing a lot of the run in and knock up and then do a pull as well. So it makes sense, but he's making solid plays.
I'm gonna say MVP Blitzcrank for this game. He's doing a fantastic job though.
Yeah, it is fun to watch. Like this is why Blitzcrank is scary. This is a prime example. And I also like how much confidence this Ezreal has. At this point, he's 8-3. As you see, he just essence fluxed and then did a mystic shot towards 4 people, and he was by himself, and they didn't even react. They didn't try to turn. They just let Ezreal do his thing because he's big right now.
But I mean, blue team really needs to. They need to either do a team fight or need to pick off Ezreal, because I don't think, unless they, you know, purple team throws their bodies one at a time, is not gonna have a good team fight potential.
Exactly, and Ezreal is of course 4 kills up on Corki, but he's also 70 farm up. That's equivalent to easily 2 kills. Feels big right now. Orianna 40 farm ahead of Caston. Caston does have 4 kills, 2 or 0, but that's how they're staying in this game. They're all farming efficiently.
Ezreal's worth 9.5k, and whereas Corki's only worth 6.5. 3,000 gold.
Yeah, so that's
up.
where that gold discrepancy is coming from, is Ezreal.
That's a lot of gold to have on one person over another. but it's paying off. They are performing in a way that it's not hurting their team because their kills are on one person.
Right, and the kills are exactly where they want them to be. The kills are on Ezreal.
You've got the kills on Ezreal. Orianna could use a few more kills, and she's done really good in farm. She's almost at 200 farm at 25 minutes into the game here. She could use a few kills, but I mean, you've got 2 kills on Win now, a kill on Blitzcrank, 2 kills on Malphite, which is exactly the amount that they need to do well. Whereas if you look at the enemy team, you've got no kills on Aatrox, no kills on Jarvan, 1 kill on Sona, which is, fine. Blitzcrank also has 1 kill. But the majority of their kills are on their carries, which is fine, but, their other team members don't have much gold. Jarvan only has 5.6k gold. Ezreal burning this
Ezreal
Aatrox. Just 1v1ing.
I don't think Aatrox really wanted that.
No, there wasn't much he could do.
He missed the stun on Ezreal. Yeah, he missed that stun because Ezreal just did too much damage and it killed him midair. That fight might have gone a little bit more in favor if he had actually been able to land that knockup, but he didn't. And Ezreal's damage output, if he can 1v1 an Aatrox, there's not much hope.
Not much hope. I mean, maybe...
I'm not saying it's over, but it's
certainly
scary.
Not. Maybe if the Caston can jump on that Aatrox and catch him out, his burst might be enough to kill him. But in a team fight,
they just got to get to that point.
In a team fight, he will be instantly locked down, and Caston, even though he might want to, there's not much he'll be able to do. Ezreal, though, is low on mana. They do have to be careful here, because even in a team fight, he does have his auto attacks.
Blitzcrank's being a man.
Blitzcrank being a man, getting that Jarvan, running in for the silence to silence as many people as possible. J4 not doing well. Orianna getting that nice ult off. There's the Malphite ult. The Aatrox tries to jump, but again is killed in midair. There's the crescendo. Purple team 1 down for 2. It's not going to be enough. We see that flash coming off. Blitzcrank, if he has his pull up, doesn't look like it. That was a good team fight for blue team. They lost a lot of people. They're really low, but they prevented a lot of loss. Oh, but Ezra with that snipe ult does catch the Sona.
Yeah, at that point, that's a 3-for-1 for Epic Amigos, and
even
though pick up Dragon here, they just snowballed out of control.
Oh, so even though they did lose, they did fight well. They fought to the best of their ability, and they prevented a lot of, they prevented an ace really, with key flashes. And Kassadin, he made a few missteps. He jumped in when he shouldn't have, but he was able to get out, which really, made that not a totally bad loss for them.
Right, he was doing a good job of microing in and out of the fight and trying to take advantage of the new way the cast and ultimate works. I think he did that really well. I think it's just that they're so far behind that they don't want to be fighting 5-on-5.
Certainly not.
Sadly, they have not been able to take advantage of their double TP strategy at all, which I think has really hurt them, because if that was their main goal, they haven't used it one bit. They haven't even split pushed using it.
Right.
They can't.
They can't, because
they're just shut out from that point.
Yeah, they're just shut down, because if they go off into split push and then you got blue team forcing a fight, they got to get back to the game. The only problem is, by the time those 3 seconds of casting are over, you could be done. Like, a 5v3 is just gonna break blue team, sorry.
Yeah, this is not good. Oracle's now on Blitzcrank. He's clearing out all the vision that blue team has, and really, they're just choked. This is just a chokehold. This is straight up, they're just pushing them right down the middle, denying vision. Epic Amigos has their lead, and they're not going to let it go.
There's Ezra with the pull on Sona, and she just gets
crescendo.
Decimated. Orianna taking that turret like she needs to. Purple team just pushing into the base. There's
this
nothing.
Might be game right here.
It could very well be. Although, not quite yet. They're choosing to back off.
Nope, they back off.
They might be going for
Maybe
Baron.
Baron right here.
Purple team cannot do anything for Baron.
Yeah, they're saying no on the Baron. That's a good call.
It is a good call. You don't want
Baron.
Yeah, you don't want a Baron fight, lose the Baron fight, and give the enemy team Baron, because that can turn a game around fast. What you do have to watch out here for is, you take out the Ezreal and maybe the Blitzcrank, and while Malphite and Win now have damage, it's not enough to counter Corki, Jarvan, and Aatrox. So they do still have to play as a team. They can't get cocky. Blitzcrank though, kind of wandering the enemy jungle. He's trying to put down vision.
He's just kind of doing what he wants to do, man. He's just saying, "I'm Blitzcrank. You should fear me."
He might go over here for. Nope, they're gonna get blue. Blitzcrank doing a great job with his wards. Blue team has almost no wards, and that's thanks in part to Blitzcrank and just their lack of being able to step out of their base wall. But if you look at the gold, it's not that much of a difference. It's only about a 5k gold difference. Ezreal, Essence flexing
Ezreal
over
here,
that wall
they're
to
picking
just.
up this kill on Aatrox.
There goes the
Nice Shurelias.
Shurelias, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Blitzcrank.
Blitzcrank is not letting anybody get free, man.
This is a great
Not
Blitzcrank.
today.
He's hit almost every pull. In fact, I haven't seen him miss one of you.
No, I don't think he has.
This is a man who knows how to use Blitzcrank well. We got a slight dip in lane state, but they're gonna try and take Baron here because they know Aatrox is down, and a 4v5 is just not an option. Epic Amigo's doing very well in this fight.
Like I said, they've just done a fantastic job. Once they got that early lead, they never let it go. It's just been a forced grip on the entire team, and they just haven't let anybody come back yet.
They're doing really well at team fighting. They're traveling as a group. Here, this Aatrox, silly for coming up, gets decimated instantly. Blitzcrank grabs him and knocks him up.
He knew there was 5 people there. I'm not quite sure why he went in. Maybe he just really wanted to try to save the tower, but
Cola Commander
this is
just
probably game right here.
just saying, no, you're mine. You cannot escape. Everyone flashing and running away from him. Orianna, that ult on top of him.
Malphite's just eating turret shots, but he doesn't care.
He doesn't
They're all
care.
so tanky.
Oh, now he's got to kind of run away. Oh, there's the flash, but the Corki, unfortunately,
no.
does get that kill on him. Blitzcrank getting a minion, his first
double
missed
inhib.
pull.
Ezreal
Corki goes
ults,
down to
Mystic
the
shots.
Blitzcrank. This is game
Oh,
right
boy.
here. They played extremely well. Jarvan trying to prevent something, but it's just not going to work. Orianna flashing out, but Aatrox just, nope,
Surrender
it's not
mode
going to be
does
enough.
come out before the inhib as well.
All right.
Only a single Nexus explosion for us today.
Only a single. It would have been cool to see a double. I haven't seen a double. I'm going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with this. Could have been the second game, but I'm not sure. Let me go find out. Be right back.